Wedding season is in full swing, and we're at Church and State, a local winery here on the peninsula, where we're going to be speaking with two local wedding experts.
Weddings are becoming such a large thing here in Vancouver Island. We like to call ourselves the Mexico of Canada. So you can get married here in some of the most beautiful spots available anywhere in the world.
Well, in the wedding industry, globally, we're seeing such things as about 4 unique trends. There's your classic bride, there's your bohemian bride, there's your modern bride, and then there's your whimsical that loves all their colors.
When I'm taking care of the West Coast Weddings blog, I have so many weddings and so many editorials sent in to me that are happening here on Vancouver Island. And one thing we're seeing so much of is really the boho chic, the floral crowns, the lace wedding gowns, a lot of cutout backs, and of course, finally, lots of sleeves in our wedding gowns.
One of my favorite trends that's popped up this season, and it's really been embraced on the island, are these gigantic floral rings that are 8 feet high, 8 feet wide. You stand in front of it as a wedding couple.
Very strong trend that's going on, eco-chic weddings basically. And so you can find so many places here in Vancouver Island that are really playing to that strength. They are looking to provide that green wedding.
There's a lot of venues that are camping experiences. There's these getaways that are, let's have our friends all together at Bear Mountain for the weekend, Tinamera. So weddings are slightly changing. They're trying to get a little bit more out of their budget by having not the experience last just a few hours.
Well, wineries, of course, have the added benefit of wine. So you'd love to see the brides and grooms that are here at the wineries and enjoying what's happening here in Vancouver Island, homegrown, all local.
Frozen drinks, they're now mixing it with rosés. So there's this rosé all day kind of vibe, and we're getting it like a slushy with crushed ice, crushed fruit in with the rosé. We're seeing wandering, roving food stations. You go and get your food as a guest, sit down a la carte wherever you like. Another one is if it's indoor in a tent, there's a mix of rectangle and round tables mixed together. Garlands are a very soft, pretty West Coast way. We're seeing a lot of things like stonewashed linens, colored glassware, colored cutlery like blacks and rose golds and gold cutlery. Use of geometrics for modern weddings. Lots of brass mixed in with, for the boho weddings, they're using the old vintage goblets and compotes and candlesticks.
What kind of tips can you give for us with the last minute?
Make a plan for what to do with your flowers afterwards. A lot of times they get left, sometimes they get thrown out, which is just horrifying. So have a plan what you're going to do with those. Have a cleanup assigned dedicated people. Remember to wash your cars that are wedding cars and clean out the coffee cups, etc. Have somebody assigned for boutonnieres that will pin them on so they don't get left on the kitchen table. Have a point person that can meet the vendors. There has been a return to the wedding registries, which is nice because people are still looking to buy gifts. They're maybe only 10% of what they get. They normally get envelopes of cash. But for people that do want it, all the major retailers have them. And people love to come to weddings for the food. I would put your money into the food. You should budget about $50 a person. I highly encourage you to do it yourself for your centerpieces, but you should go to a florist for your bouquets. If you were going to skip on things, I'd say skip on the favors. They often get left on the table, and they really are pricey. They add up at about $6 an item times 100 people. There's $600. You didn't need to spend it. I would actually keep your alcohol budget in check. You don't need to offer a full bar or everything. Just pick your favorite winery and maybe a beer. A lot of people are spending $30,000, and they initially started going, what? That could be a down payment, that could be this or that. And I say, you are so right. You maybe should think about cutting your guest list down. And another good point would be to just pick one location to get married at. Don't have 2 venue site fees.
I think it's really important that we talk about a recent nonprofit that you started for the wedding industry, the Vancouver Island Wedding Industry Association. So tell us about that.
It actually originally started as the Vancouver Island Wedding Awards, which we founded in 2013, along with some friends in the wedding industry. And it grew to such an extent last year while we had our awards at the Fairmont Empress that we decided we should maybe turn it into a non-profit association to become sort of a publicly recognized voice of the wedding industry here on Vancouver Island, helping the industry become even more publicly recognized for their contributions to the economy here on Vancouver Island. And we're really looking forward to working with all of the wedding industry on the island, as well as everyone else who participates in weddings.
Weddings, they don't have to be a stressful time, especially when you have the right location and professional team on your side. I'm Tara Keeping with Community Producers.